What's up, everybody? I'm Andy.
And I'm Mike.
And welcome to Whiskey Refinement. God, we are nailing this.
Freaking gelling.
Guys, seriously, super excited about this today.
Mm-hmm.
Super excited.
We got Belle Meade in the house.
In the house.
And in our backyard.
In our freaking backyard. Guys, where we work in downtown Nashville, right around the corner from us is Nelson's Brier Distillery.
Mm-hmm.
They have a gift shop that's still operating right now.
And they're doing tours and tastings.
They're doing tours and tastings. We found that out. You can even go to their website, place an order for just drive-by pickup. It's a beautiful thing what they're doing over there. We happened to partake in that not too long ago. Got ourselves a few bottles of this reserve cask strength Belle Meade.
Mm-hmm.
We had every intention of presenting you with an unopened bottle, but
tell them about it, Andy. What happened?
It's been in my house.
Mind you, I have 2 bottles. You have 2 bottles.
I no longer have 2 bottles. I gave my brother a bottle. He's been looking for it. He was actually looking for the 113 proof. I came through on the 110.4 proof. I can't imagine that 113 is any better than this. This stuff is unflippin' believable.
It's really good.
And I cannot wait for you guys to taste it with us.
But you didn't tell them how this one ended up getting opened.
Oh, I was trying to just move
glance
past
over
that.
it.
So
no,
anyway,
we were saving it.
We were saving it, and I typically keep a 1.75 liter bottle of my go-to Bullet Rye. That's my everyday sipper.
Jam.
I love it. It's my jam. It goes great with a little bit of bitters on a cube, neat. I just love it. It's a very good bottle for me. It's very versatile for me. It works great on my palate.
Gets the job done.
Well, I emptied it. Happened to only have this bad boy laying around. And after a day's work, I need a little wind down. And I poured it. Cracked it. Popped it. Poured it. Yep. So, we intended on this being another untainted, taint-free bottle for you guys.
But here we are.
Here we
it's
are.
Open. We've already tried it.
Let's make sure that the masses know that once I tasted it and told Mike how good it was, he also cracked his bottle at home.
I did.
So let's not think that Andy's the bad guy and Mike hasn't tried it yet.
I'm also the villain in this story.
So, without further ado, let me... That made no noise whatsoever.
No noise. You know, had it been a virgin bottle, it probably would have. You gotta get that sucker wet. Get a little wet. And remind me never to do this on camera ever again. There it is.
Take that.
That was moist.
Give me your glass.
So, I have a theory about this. So, when we were actually trying to find this one, they had brought up that they were discontinuing it, and we were both kind of like, there's no way you could be discontinuing it because, I mean, their bourbon is fire just to begin with. It's won all sorts of awards, and I love cask strength. I can kind of look past the higher alcohol contents, and I can get really into some of those deeper, richer flavors. And I was really disappointed to hear they're discontinuing it. And then I did a little bit of research, and I know we're not really supposed to do research when we're opening these virgin bottles, but I just couldn't help it. And
nerd.
So I'm not going to go into the history of Brier and Belle Meade and all of that stuff because it is a rabbit hole that would take 45 minutes or better. I did the tour, I got the t-shirt, and I mean, it's great. I highly recommend you go there for the tour. The information and how this got started is awesome. But I did a little bit of research, and they haven't been really around, even though they got started in the 1800s, they haven't been around in their current capacity for very long.
No, not at all.
And as anybody knows, whiskey needs to sit in the barrel for a substantial amount of time to bring on the flavors that you're used to. So what a lot of people do is they source their juice from somewhere else. And in this instance, in Indiana, they have MGP, which is a big distiller that makes just broad spectrum recipes for new distilleries so that they just can get their doors open, start getting some return on investment. And granted, because MGP is making it, it doesn't mean that it's no less special.
Of course.
It still gets aged,
none
it gets
of this.
Blended, it becomes their own thing.
And none of this is meant to be a cut to this whatsoever because we have tasted it, and let me tell you, holy crap.
I've had a ton of MGP whiskeys, and the guys that are doing it right, I mean, they know what they're looking for, so they're no less talented. And also what's cool is that that's Indiana. The climate's completely different in Tennessee. The climate's completely different in Kentucky. The climate's completely different summer to summer, winter to winter, spring to spring. It's different in Texas. I mean, it completely could be the 100% same juice going into the barrel. Juice going into the barrel, and have vastly different flavor profiles almost the moment that it hits your actual zip code.
Definitely. And they nailed it with this one, guys.
But what's cool, and the more I dug into it, I looked at the date that they opened, and I looked at the date on this bottle and why they're discontinuing it. Again, I have a theory. It's because they have their own whiskey thing. They're going to release their own top to bottom, start to finish, distilled in-house version of this. They're no longer needing to rely on MGP, which is freaking cool because they mean that they've made it.
Yep. And it's cool because this bottle here gives me the utmost confidence that whoever's palate picked this, we are in sync.
Yeah.
So,
not like Justin Timberlake. He's from Knoxville.
He is, and he lives here now, and he's trying to get into the baseball game, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Yep, knows it.
It smells like classic bourbon.
It does. It's not a complex nose. There's not a lot of stuff there.
You get your caramels and your brown sugars. I mean, there's a high ethanol content being that it's cask strength, but it's not unapproachable.
No, I've definitely smelled stronger.
We got to get into it, man.
Let's get into it.
It's just like I remember it.
Guys,
It's spicy, but
being new to the palate game, this is one of the few that I have taken an initial sip of and am immediately greeted with a ton of complex flavors. And that's with me being so far from having a palate that can pick up on all that. Usually I just kind of make up stuff. What I might think, I might get a little hint of something here and there.
Except for that Stranger and Stranger. I mean, we didn't have any notes. And we went back.
Nailed it.
Literally right on the box. And that was Andy's palate. That was Andy's notes. He's getting good.
I'm getting better, guys. And you can too. Just follow along, bear with us. But I'm telling you, there is cinnamon here.
Baking spices.
There is like a crust. There is a syrupy sweetness.
It's apple pie for me, man.
It's apple pie.
There's
like a fruity jam. It's flipping apple pie, guys.
If you were to go ahead and take that like syrup that gets created in the apple pie with the cinnamon and the juices from the apples that just sits and mellows and bakes after it's out of the oven, it's kind of like that flavor in a whiskey. Moment of silence.
Oh,
yeah, whatever.
Seriously, get to the distillery. Whatever proof is coming out right now, they're running through them like crazy.
Whatever.
I think the 108 was the one to come after this. You will not be disappointed.
Make it happen.
It is unbelievable.
And I think they have some distribution. I mean, it's not going to be like showing up like Jack Daniels or Jim Beam on the shelf, but man, it's worth the stop in Tennessee or somewhere that even has it. Just Google it. And I think that they have quite a bit of information on their website too where you can find it.
And it's on the Tennessee Whiskey Trail.
It is.
Get your
passport.
Stamp.
Yeah.
For your passport.
For your passport.
Get your stamp. So, guys, get a bottle of this. Taste it with us. Let us know what you think. If you're getting the apple pie, still, please tell us because we want to know that we're not crazy.
What's your experiences on our social media?
Let us know.
Up now.
Yes, social media is up. Instagram, Facebook.
Whiskey Refinement Co.
Whiskey Refinement Co. And please subscribe and like everything.
Share it.
Share it. And come back and see us next time because I am going to be making a little cocktail with this right here. It inspired me to get a little something nasty done, you know what I'm saying? So check us out next time for our next video for a mixed cocktail with our Belle Meade Reserve here. Thank you so much for joining us. Go get yourself a bottle, sip it. Peace.
Bye.